Yeah, good afternoon, friends. So we were talking about 401k last week, and I'm going to be talking about that, ways to save for retirement. We're going to continue that a little bit more. But today, I just want to reiterate, um, we're talking about 401k and talk about some of the pros and cons, and then I'm going to give you just a little taste of what some other alternatives you might be interested in, especially for small businesses. So, as I said last week, the 401k was created by the government so that back in the 70s, late 70s, so people could start saving for their retirement. And so, the way it's set up, you get it through your employer. It's a pre-tax contribution, meaning they whatever money you decide that you want to contribute to your plan up to a certain amount is taken out of your paycheck before taxes are taken out. So that means that your taxable income for that year will be lower, but then you will pay taxes on that money later on when you take it out during retirement. So there's pros and cons to that. Also, you might be with an employer. Another pro for 401k that contributes, makes matching contributions to your plan. So they may not match exactly what you want to put in, but they'll have a certain level, a certain amount that they go up to, and they don't contribute any more than that. How much they might match what you put in. So that's a benefit. If your employer is doing that, you should definitely have that account and put in the maximum amount that they will match. Don't put more, but the maximum they will match. Also, um, keeping the account can be simple. Most of these accounts are set up by plan administrators, and they usually have uh, a type of a list of the mutual funds or stocks that you might be investing in, and they try to make it simple for you to be able to choose on your own to get information about it and decide which funds um, you want to put your money into, and it's all geared toward those funds performing the best through the amount of time that you have to contribute up to your retirement. So hopefully they will perform well, and um, you're putting in enough that's going to help you at your retirement. And also really help you to create a budget if you work with a financial advisor or someone who has a knowledge about 401k to decide, okay, this is how much I want to have in retirement. How much do I need to put in right now if I have 20 years to contribute? And of course, the most important thing, well, there are a lot of important things, but this is very important. If you're in a job where they do offer it and they do have matching and you're young, you definitely need to start. If you're a young person, you need to start now, because today is the last day that you'll ever be the age you are and that you'll ever have the health that you have right now. So that's more important for life insurance, but it's the same thing for 401k, because you want to start as soon as possible so that when you get to 65 and you're ready to retire, or even hopefully earlier maybe, that you'll have the money that you need to live out your retirement. And we don't know what the economy is going to be in 20, 30, 40 years. Maybe our taxes will be the same, but possibly they could be higher. So those are things you need to think about. And I'll just go quickly over a couple of the um, cons that are, with the 401k. Is there are certain restrictions. You can only put in a certain amount every year. For this year, it's 22,500, and if you're over 50, you can add an extra 7,500. Um, you might not be able to save enough um, to pay off, all your debt, or keep you in with the same kind of lifestyle and income that you had when you were working. Um, And then, as I said, employers may contribute, but it might be very minimal what they contribute. So um, that's, and that's one of the things I mentioned that already. But sometimes they have higher fees because there's an administrator that charges fees. And also, um, it can be difficult to access your funds early. Let's say you have an emergency, you something happens, you need the money. You may have to pay a fee or a penalty if you do a loan or even with a hardship withdrawal. So those are things to keep in mind. So, but that's the most popular retirement savings vehicle that's out there today. But also, I just want to share um, one of the um, one of the products that I've worked with, and I continue to work with, is the 403b uh, for public employees. So school districts, um, city and county employees. It's called a 457. But with those plans, they are pre-tax. However, the company that I work with, no teacher has ever lost any money on their investment annuity. It's not a 401k, it's called an annuity with the company that I work with. Never, ever, ever. And we service over, I believe it's over 1,700 school districts across America that we provide this savings annuity for retirement for teachers and public administrators. So that is something I'm going to talk a little bit more about in the next coming weeks. But you should be familiar because it gives you it gives you more benefits than what you would receive with the 401k. You can put a lump sum of money, depending on which type you choose. You can put in a lump sum of money to open the account. Usually the minimum is about 25,000. Some of the plans I work with, you're able to add more money to it after the initial investment. The interest rates are generally anywhere between 6+%, depending on how the index that you choose to work with is performing. But just understand, never, ever, ever is your money in the stock market, and you will never, ever, ever lose money if the stock market goes down. When the stock market goes down, because we follow these indexes, your money stays the same. You just go level. You don't drop. You don't lose. There's no minuses ever. And then when the index goes up again, then you start to go up. Your plan, your contributions, your benefit will continue to grow. And what a lot of people don't understand is that when their money is in the stock market and there's a drop and they lose money, not only are they losing the hard-earned money that they contribute, but they have to, sometimes it takes almost twice as long to get back to where you were when it dropped to recover. So that's, like, remember the housing market crash 2008, and let's say you were ready to retire in that year 2009. That would have not been a very good thing for that person who was planning to retire. They maybe had to extend their work life a few more years to try to get some of that money back. So my goal is to help you to understand that there are choices, there are other products out there that you can use to save for your retirement, where you will never lose any of your money. Um, I know people might have questions, but and another thing about, which you can ask me anytime, but another thing about annuities is that they have um, benefits that you don't have. Like, there is a death benefit with it, so that if you pass away, your money can go to a beneficiary. Um, you can add on a rider that gives you uh, guaranteed lifetime income. So when you take that rider out, when you open the annuity, that means when you're ready to retire, you are going to get a specific amount of money until you pass away. It's guaranteed, even if your annuity should go down, you're going to get that guaranteed amount of money until you pass away. So there's quite a few benefits and quite a few um, different aspects of it that you can, there's things that you can pick and choose of various uh, what's the word I want? um, pieces of the puzzle, let's say, that you can add or take away to make your annuity to your best advantage. So, and the company I work with is a 175-year-old company. It's called National Life Group. You may have heard of it, you may not have heard of it, but they are the second oldest company in America. And they headquartered in Vermont, and their products are geared towards helping people to truly save money, just like their life insurance products are there to take care of you in every situation. So their focus is to cover you for all these things. If you die too soon, of course, we hope that definitely doesn't happen. But if you become ill, you have these living benefits that you can use your death benefit of your life policy bef- um, to take care of you before dying if you have a critical illness or critical injury. And then, of course, concerning retirement, if you live too long. You may have heard of that people, because of medical advancements, people are living longer today, which is a good thing. However, because of the way the economy is, um, they might run out of money because the the formula that has been um, told to us by many financial advisors, financial institutions, is that you should be able to have 4% of your savings to go to your retirement, should last you until you pass away, that you would be able to have enough money to take 4%. Well, with the inflation and everything, it's probably more like 8% right now. People's money is running out sooner. So that's another reason why you want to think of having a vehicle where you're not going to lose money in my index annuities. So we want you to be prepared and protected. National Life Group, we want to make sure if you die too soon, your family's taken care of. If you become ill, you can be taken care of. You can still pay your bills because you can access your death benefit up front. Or if you live too long, like with this guaranteed income lifetime rider that you can put onto your plan, you will have money guaranteed until you pass away. So I'm going to go a little bit more into those plans. Hopefully, the next time. I'm not quite sure what my agenda is, but I'll let you know. I'll be announcing it. Um, my social media person has all the documents I've approved that I want to go out for each week that I speak of what subject I'm going to speak about each week. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can email me at info@essentiallivingbenefits.com. That's info@essentiallivingbenefits.com. And thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back in 2 weeks, or no, next week. And so it'll be before the holiday. And if you have any questions, I'll try to answer those first, and then we'll be talking more about uh, the vehicles that you might want to think about to save for your retirement. And especially for small businesses, we have some incredible plans that can help business owners, especially if there's a partnership or more than one owner, two or three or four. We have some great plans for that. So thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great weekend.